YouTube. We got him here. Yeah, we got him here. Hey, YouTube. I got here late. He got the Grammy though. He got the Grammy. That's dope. Oh no. Hey, no. Baby, this is light. Baby, this is light. Yeah. I'm stepping in the new world right now. I had to dawn on you, bro, because I got the ESI. I'm feeling like, bro, that's the 10 to 18. I'm feeling, hey, shout out. So to kick this haircut off, I go in with a number 2 guard completely open, going with the grain just so I can achieve the desired length. And just keeping everything consistent, just one stroke at a time, making sure that I don't go through this hair the wrong way. This is a 12-year-old wave, but it's my boy Jonathan, and he woofed for 2 months for me, so we definitely got a goodie today. I think this one of the most elite kid waivers I've ever seen. Like, this boy is in there, and I can't wait for y'all to see this finish. It's gonna be so crazy. So if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get alerted when these videos come out. I promise y'all, we not stopping. We gonna take it there this year. So we just getting majority of everything down, because at first I was gonna cut his crown to a 3, but then we just discussed that we gave him a true 2 all the way around. So as you guys see, I'm just cutting around the crown. This is something that I learned when cutting waivers, just to protect that crown as much as possible while getting the rest of the hair down to that desired length. You don't ever want to overplay your part in terms of the crown, because you can almost overplay your part and really kill a haircut. You don't want to be considered a crown killer. That's not what we doing in 2019. 2019, we making the non-believers believers. So you just take your time with everything. Make sure you paying attention to the hair grain. As you guys can see, I got his hair tilted back just so I can see that crown. I want to see it spiral out. I need to see which hair that I'm cutting just so I can make sure I get this hair down to that desired length. As you guys can see, this boy in there like beehived. Then I go in with the gold Babyliss FX trimmers, and I just set my first initial guideline 1/2 of an inch from the bottom of the neck. Because my client doesn't have a big taper area, we had to set that guideline a little bit lower. Then I go in with a 1/8 guard completely open, just debulking this area. Seeing that I cut the hair down with a true 2, a 1/8 against the grain will not drastically take a lot of hair off. This will fade perfectly into that. Always brush one and fade one. You want to keep everything consistent. Keep that hair laid, keep it set up for you, because the more you keep the hair set up for you, the better that ending result gonna be, and the better the haircut is gonna transition into itself. You gotta train that hair, keep it up to par, keep it laid with you, and keep it ready for whatever the next step is. Like, a lot of people tend to forget that everything that you're doing, you're setting yourself up for the kill shot. The kill shot is the ending result. It's everything that you do. It's the process, everything that sets you up for that ultimate finished look. You want your client to leave that shop feeling amazing. So I go in with a 0.5 guard on the Babyliss guards, and then I just go in and I'm using with the grain and against the grain techniques, flicking out this line because the taper is low and there's multiple indentations in the neck, as you guys can see. So I'm fading in between things just so I can get the hairs to transition for me. But everything will work out, and that's just the amazing part about barbering. You got to get real ready for these hairs. A lot of the hairs are going in different directions. Sometimes the taper sits super low, and it's not even the type of taper that you want to do, but it's a part of the game. That's what helps us achieve these master looks when it comes to putting together crazy haircuts. We learn something from every other haircut, and y'all gotta take that with y'all. Any of my beginning people or upcoming barbers or even advanced barbers, every haircut that we do ultimately sets us up, to be successful in all of the other haircuts we do in the future. It's confidence building. That's what's very important. You guys gotta stay in y'all creative realm and tune in to y'allself, because when that confidence is built, it's ridiculous. You a whole different animal. Like you're the person that you've always wanted to be at that point in time. So I go in with the Babyliss FX trim and set my guideline, and then going in with a 1/8 just so I could break the bulk and create room so I can do a nice low ball taper. Then I go in completely open using the corner of my clippers just so I can slowly but surely notch that line in. Then I go completely close and I flick that line out, and I'm adjusting my lever as I go a tad bit higher. So it's normally open, close, and halfway for me. And then go in with my 0.5 guard, and I'm just doing some corner work. As you guys can see, I'm leading with the corner of my blade. I'm not laying my whole blade flat in the area. I'm leading with my corner first just so I can try to flick out as much of the line and debulk and soften the line up to create the transition without having to do too much. Then I go back in with my 1/8 guard, and I'm gonna just be using most of my hilt of my blade just so I can debulk the bottom endings of the hair. And as you guys can see, he in there, like the waves are in there, the taper is coming together. I can't wait till we get in that bag for the lining. And on this side, I just repeat the same steps. I go in with my Babyliss, knock it out, and then I'm gonna go in with my 1/8 guard just so I could clear some of the bulk. And soften it up for the taper. Then I go completely open. Then I drop them, and I'm just knocking out this guideline. Keeping everything consistent. This is some of the most important things you can do in your haircut. Look, as you see me brushing one and fade one after every few strokes, I'm keeping that hair maintained. As you guys can see, the hair is laid right now. Like, look at the hair, it is laid perfect for that taper. That's what I mean by keeping the hair up to par with you. Sometimes you don't have to overwork the hair. Make the hair work with you. That's what it's about. Making the complex things as simple as possible and having fun. So then I just go over the top of the waves and I just clean up everything. This is something that's real big for every waver, especially coming off a 2-month woof like my boy Jonathan. If you coming off a woof, all barbers out there, trim the loose hairs, the scraggly legs, roach legs, whatever you want to call them. Clean these hairs up. If you don't, the waver haircut is nowhere near as good as what it could be. And as you guys can see from this front profile, like, them connections is in there, man. For a 12-year-old, he elite, like, he there. I can't wait to put some sauce on this. I'm finna take this to a whole nother level. I feel the energy in the beat. Shout out to my boy Jern Boomin. He killed this beat, so let's go ahead and hop into it. I go in with my gold FXs, and I'm setting my vertical bars first, just so I could get the slants perfect, and I will work around the ear using the corner of my blade as I hold the ear down. And as you guys can see, perfect neckline. Keeping everything consistent. Don't press too hard, because most of the time the neck is one of the most sensitive areas, and when you have sharp trimmers or sharp tools period, you can nick the neck or scratch the neck. So always take it easy, especially on the 12-year-old. So then I go in using my FXs, and I'm just hitting the front of the line. Because he got so much overhang, somebody could have took the line and even further back, but due to me and how I do lineups, I'm not going to take somebody lining all the way back that don't need to go all the way back. If I can work with the overhang and manipulate it to still give off a fresh, clean lineup, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I just see linings different when I'm in my own world. There's really no explanation for why I did what I did, because you can push this lining up higher because there is a lot of overhang, but me personally, it's just not what I'm into. So as you guys can see, I'm just standing on the edge of the border, and keeping everything consistent going straight across. Leading with the corner of my blade so I can slowly but surely make my line. That's the easiest way to make straight lines. You could go piece by piece opposed to laying your blade completely flat. I feel like the only time you lay your blade completely flat is when you're doing the vertical bars, because you want those either straight or slanted or however you gonna have them. But that's most of the time you can use the whole blade. I'm using the corner of my blade to really create the shape and everything in my lineup from the beginning. So let's have fun. We hop in with the Beam Team Cordless Compressor XL, which is the dopest cordless compressor on the market. You getting 30 plus PSIs, 3 times the airflow. You get a self-sensing tank, it wirelessly charged, and you get a trigger gun. There's nothing on the market in this realm that matches the power of this thing. Literally unmatched, using the no drip color enhancement, which is one of the dopest and the best color out there to me right now. Anybody can take it. It is built for the skin. And as you guys can see, it gives off a natural, clean, crispy look. I got my boy Jonathan in there. This is slowly but surely coming together. Like, the color is complementing the hair, the waves is in there, the lining is full, it's strong. We got a nice pronounced curve for the Chicago C. We really finna go there. I go in with the Barber Magic pencil and I just work towards the bottom of my curves due to my camera angles, and I come in and I knock out my vertical bar area as well. A lot of people get this pencil thing wrong. They pressing hard and making these thick lines, and they caked up, and it's hard for these people to knock them out. If you slowly but surely glide the pencil, as you guys can see, I'm not even pressing the pencil. My lines is super thin because you want to be able to blend those out. If you make these lines too heavy, it will come off very cakey. So I don't want people to think that I'm pressing. Like, as you guys see me, I'm slowly but surely skipping to the right, like I'm drawing and I'm sketching it in, and then I go in with my blade. I kind of want to make it the width of the teeth of my blade, if you get what I mean, to an aspect. Because soon as I hit the line, look how it spreads and gives off that concealed look. Like, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for that picture perfect ready look. I got Jonathan in a game right now. This boy crispy, perfect 90-degree angle, lining is straight that it can bend a ruler. Y'all know what time it is. We there. Like, it's showtime right now. This is where I shine. This is where I have fun. This is my favorite part of the video. I'm in my world right now. In the aspect of barbering, to me, when I'm doing the lining, don't say nothing to me in the shop. Please don't. It's time to work. Like, this is what I'm doing. I like to create shapes. I like to give people some of the crispiest lines they've ever seen. I wanted to be able to show this boy, like, that I could take his hair beyond measures. Like, this is a grown man's haircut on a 12-year-old. Like, you're not seeing that many 12-year-olds icing like this in school on all angles, the waves, the taper, the lineup. Like, this is ridiculous. For a 12-year-old, he out his league in terms of the cut right now anyway. And he definitely been brushing. If this was a 2-month wolf, he's been brushing, because he in there. Stretching the skin, bringing everything back to the line. Gas. Ha. Gas. This is straight train smoke. Oh my God. Sheesh. I just be surprising myself at times, man. Like, there it go. It's a 2-month wolf. 12-year-old, as you can see, he in there. The taper there, the waves is popping out, the hair healthy, the lineup is crazy. He in there. Y'all know what time it is. Hashtag TBT. It's the Beam Team. Let's get this money, strap in. It's the year 2019. Let's lock in. Until next time.